So I've roughly chopped up my Scotch bonnet chilies, and I've left the seeds in to add some spice. I'm going to add this to a blender to mix it up with the rest of the spices. Got 2 onions. I'm going to chop these in half, and a half again, just so they fit in my blender, and I'm going to peel the skin off the outside too. Don't want the root, take that off. Two bay leaves, crush them up to get the oil flowing out of the leaves, stick them in the blender. I've got 3 cloves of garlic, just crush them. Crushing them allows you to get the skin off them quicker. There's the last one. Into the blender. So on a plate in front of me, I've measured out in tablespoons and teaspoons what I need to add spices to my jerk chicken mix. Here I have 1 tablespoon of sea salt. The next one along, the dark brown mass, is 5 teaspoons of allspice. Next along, I've got 3 teaspoons of English mustard. Then I've got 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. The green herb here is 1.5 teaspoons of thyme. And last, I've got 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now all of these are going to go into my blender with the onions, and I'm going to blitz this up. But first we need to add some wet ingredients. Now that's going to be the juice of 2 limes and the zest of 2 limes. And I'm also going to add in some soy sauce. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce into my mix. So I'm going to put my dry ingredients in now. First off, the sugar. Quickly pulse this up to mix it up into a brown paste. There is our jerk seasoning, ready to add to our pieces of chicken. So what I've got here is a food bag, sealable food bag. So all I'm going to do is put my chicken into here, and all I'm going to do is look the chicken over to make sure it's okay. Get rid of any bits you don't want on the chicken, and just score down to the bone. So all I do is go into the bag, chicken bits in my bag here. By scoring your meat down to the bone, you allow the flavour of the jerk to get inside the chicken. So in my bag I've poured some of my mixture. I haven't got that much chicken, so I'm only going to pour half of my mix into my bag. And what we want to do with that mix is actually massage that mix into the bag, into the chicken in the bag. Now I'm going to seal my bag up. Now I'm going to marinate this in these spices for 24 hours. I'm going to leave this overnight in the fridge, and I'm going to come along every few hours and just turn the bag over just so it marinates all the way through. Now I took my chicken out of the fridge that I'd kept in the fridge overnight. I've been turning the chicken in the bag with the spices for every couple of hours during the day today. Now finally taking it out, I've got a roasting tray, I've got a wire rack, and I'm putting the wire rack in the roasting tray, and I'm putting the chicken on the wire rack, and I'm going to put this in the oven, preheated oven, about 180-200 degrees centigrade for about 20-25 minutes. Now, jerk chicken is great for barbecues. Now, if you don't have the weather for the barbecues like we don't at the moment because it's winter time, then this is great to put in the oven or in under a grill. And I'm going to put this in my oven and bake this for about 25 minutes, about 180-200 degrees centigrade in the oven. And then depending on what it looks like, I might leave that in there a little bit longer, depending on if you've got a fan oven or not. Now, the oven this is going into is preheated. So here is our lovely jerk chicken. The sauce around the outside, the spices, caramelised a little bit in the oven, which is what it's supposed to do. The chicken's cooked. It took about 35 minutes in the end, and I lowered the oven from 200 to 180 just so the spices on the outside wouldn't burn and blister in the oven. And halfway through that, I basted them a little with the juice in the sauce just to keep them moist in the oven. These are very tasty. I hope you get to make them.